Hello, Annabelle, this is Jeff. Hey, I'm just going to run through some of your questions. When did you first start hosting events like this, and how often do you try and put them together? It's a great question. So, we started, and I say we, some of the citizens and leaders, were not necessarily mapped at all to an organization or a company. We're not politically affiliated with anything necessarily. So this is really just residents of different neighborhoods in the Horizon West community coming together, which is really cool to ask questions to the sheriff's office about what's on our mind and what's happening in our communities so we can get a better representation and help partner with the Orange County Sheriff's Office to help make our community safer. We first started hosting these events probably back around 2016. Jane Dunkelberger and myself and others formed a 501c3 organization called Horizon West Alliance, and that association is no longer, it's since dissolved. But you don't really need an organization to have these events and reach out to community leaders to ask these types of questions, but we can still do that. So that was, we probably started around 2016-ish, would be my guess, maybe 2015. Can you please identify first and last names of everyone, including police officers in the panel, and what neighborhood area they're from for the residents? So we had great representation at that meeting. We had residents at the meeting from Waterlay, Summerport, Summer Lake, Hamlin, Orchard Hills, Independence, a lot of the main big neighborhoods in Horizon West. So we had great representation from each of those neighborhoods, which is great because sometimes I feel like we might be in our silos in our own HOAs in our own neighborhoods. But the beautiful thing about this event is it brings all those neighborhoods together for a lot of leaders to introduce themselves and network and grow, and we can actually learn and leverage from each other. And that goes with regards to not just today on community safety, as you saw that we can strategize about off-duty officers and potentially share some costs amongst neighborhoods to help make our community safer. I thought that was a big takeaway from tonight. But we can also learn about what management company do you have? What do you like about them? Who's your landscaping company? Who do you utilize for different resources and maintenance related issues on each of one of our respective campuses? So it really helps bridge that gap and allows us to come together and network so that it really improves the overall spirit of the Horizon West community. What inspired you to host this event, and why are informal community meetings like this important? I think I touched on this already, but the inspiration is really to bring people together, neighborhoods together, so that we can leverage each other's knowledge base and resources, and more importantly, also have a voice at the county level, whether that be with the County Commissioner, Nicole Wilson, with the Orange County Sheriff's Office, the Transportation Division, the Building Permit Division, everything that's going on in Horizon West community. It really allows us to come together, and that's the spirit of what these events are for. What was your biggest question, concern for the night, and how did Dennis Captain address that for you? Well, my biggest concern is the continued promise that we been waiting for our own dedicated deputies and patrol cars serving solely the Horizon West community. And with a community that's the size of we are now, with 70,000 residents, with a tax base that we have, and the geographic size that we have, we certainly this mapping that they're doing will allow for better response times and more improved community safety in each one of our neighborhoods. What are your hopes for the future of safety in the Horizon West area? A lot of things. So bringing the neighborhoods together like we talked about, and obviously having us have our new zone, which is going to be, I think it's zone 308, with our own dedicated deputies and cars. And again, that just leveraging and that connectability aspect of each one of our neighborhoods. How can local residents become more informed, get involved, or help? Well, you can show up to these meetings. We're going to have another one, I think, in next year, hopefully in February of 2023. It's essentially going to be another touch point where we can get refreshed data and some of the answers with regards to some of these topics and questions that we addressed at the meeting at Summerport. And we want to keep that partnership growing. We view that as a building opportunity so that our residents can build a better relationship with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. And that's so important for community safety in each one of our neighborhoods. Would you be able to share the list of questions the panel put together with me? I could. There's about 20. But I think as long as you have like the key topics, which were really on the agenda, which were the transportation safety, excuse me, I'm so sorry. We did the background of the Orange County Sheriff's Office, the size of them, what they do, what are their daily responsibilities, some of the Horizon West statistics that we learned about, we talked about that. The most important aspect to me was the rezoning update that they were able to share with us and give us an update on. School safety, transportation safety, golf cart requirements, off-duty officer programs, and the Citizens on Patrol volunteer-based program. Those were the key topics that we really addressed. And those are the topics, for the most part, we'll continue to keep a pulse on. And when we revisit some of these topics in February, just to get updates. So that we're, again, staying together, staying connected, and staying improve that communication between the residents of Horizon West and the Orange County Sheriff's Office. I hope that answers your question. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out and I'll be happy to help. All right, thank you.